July, everyone, and more importantly, happy 4th of July for the ones that are in the US. For those who have access to DisneyPlus, I hope you were able to enjoy the premiere of the Hamilton play. I'm a big fan of Hamilton, as you can see here. I'm cooking with it. If you haven't read the books, you should consider taking a look at them. And I'm a big fan because it talks about the concept of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, a well-known phrase of the United States Declaration of Independence. And today we're going to start with that concept, but for startups. Our first resource talks about how you need to think about startups and what matters. It's a piece from ZDNet, from Tom Foremski, is a Silicon Valley veteran, and he's got a lot of gold in that piece. But the thing that I think is probably the most important is this one sentence he uses. It's not how much VC you raise, it's about how much equity you get to keep. Take a look at that piece. Hopefully you'll learn a lot from it. Reminds me a lot of a TechCrunch piece that I wrote in 2016 called Silicon Valley Lies and Those Who Tell Them. Hopefully this will be helpful. Our second resource is actually how this lesson was applied in real life. And here I want to highlight the success of a friend, Henry Schuck, the CEO of ZoomInfo. If you don't know his story, it's an amazing story. He started his company in college, did not raise a lot of money, and actually even decided to go IPO in June, probably the worst month to do that given the current pandemic. But this is after buying Rain King in 2017 and ZoomInfo in 2019 and going IPO. So congratulations, Henry, and congratulations not just for your personal success, but also for the lesson of entrepreneurship you're teaching all of us. Speaking of lessons, there is a great book that just came out recently, a book by John Thompson on building analytics teams. We always talk about the success of analytics and we talk about technology, but it's not always about technology, it's also who you decide to have on the team, and this book is a great one to get started. John has 30 years of experience, has done this multiple times. Take a look at his book. As an author myself, I know it's hard to write a book, and when it comes out, it's a great success. So again, congratulations, John, and I hope you'll get a lot of people checking out this book. Now remember, I'm a big fan of quadrants. I wrote on Forbes about that, and this week I want to highlight a great quadrant by Scott Brinker, who's at HubSpot, and talks about the combination of humans and machines and allows you to identify what to call areas where you have more human intervention and areas where you have more machine intervention. A great resource, a great way to simplify how you're going to prioritize your data analytics and AI projects. And since we're talking about data, there's one more piece of resource you should take a look at. It's Gartner's research on the enterprise data warehouse, the enterprise data lake, and the data hubs. How are they different? Should you choose one versus the next? And I think when you look at the research, you'll realize that most successful CIOs and companies choose all of them because it's not about the trade-offs and finding one solution that's going to rule it all. It's about applying the right technology to the right use case. Take a look at that resource. Hopefully it'll help you define what types of technologies you want to prioritize for your company. And then in closing, I want to thank all of you for giving me comments and emailing me about the piece that I wrote last week on Forbes about Gartner's predictions for data, AI, and analytics. I want to thank you for your comments. As I always say, your comments mean a lot to me because they help me provide better content and do great updates for you. So if you like today's update, make sure to like, comment, let me know about it, share it with the people that you like so we can all share knowledge as a community. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week.